Welcome back to another episode of the most inconsistent YouTuber ever. Now, we are going to be reading Spongecry.AVI for this episode of Creepypasta Critiques. This is the second episode of the second season. So, let's read it, I guess. Do you remember those old episodes? Yeah, old SpongeBob episodes, which some of us used to watch in 1999 from season 1? Well, recently a secret episode has been discovered from that time period, the dinosaur age. The other day, I was searching through my computer when I came across a notepad document deep within System 32. Having no idea how it got there, I scanned it for viruses. It had one Trojan in it. I deleted it and opened it up. Wait, so you deleted it and then you opened it up? That makes no sense. Or did you delete the Trojan? How do you delete a Trojan? And it's not going to tell you if you have a Trojan or not. Oh my god. All that was printed was one website link, followed by the following gibberish. I have to, zoom out right here. I just coughed. I'm sick. What? Having not a single clue what it meant, I continued by putting the site link, which I won't tell you in case anyone out there is freaking stupid enough to try it, into my web browser. Wow, that was a long run-on sentence. I don't know. You could have explained that much better. It took me to a site where there was a black background and a huge button. It had some text on it. And what on it that was in the notepad document. I can't read. I clicked it and it brought me up and down. The file wanted to be downloaded was called Spongecry.AVI. He was making fun of this person's gibberish earlier, but this entire story is gibberish, so I don't know where he's coming from. The file wanted to be downloaded was called Spongecry.AVI. How do you mess up that badly? As crazy as I am, I went ahead and downloaded it. Big mistake. The second the download finished, which was 4.6 megabytes, my computer made the weirdest sound ever and turned off. That was very descriptive. I appreciate very detailed, I guess, of the story. It's great. Where was I? I don't even... Oh, yeah. My computer made the weirdest sound ever and turned off. As I tried to reboot it, nothing happened. The file must have destroyed my computer. As upset as I was... Why does he write like this? As crazy as I am, as upset as I was, I realized I was on my old PC. I hopped over on my Mac and re-downloaded it. This time, there was no problem. What was downloaded was a single .avi file. I played it. That's very scary. The movie clip was 6 minutes and 4 seconds long. It started out as any SpongeBob episode would, except the color was distorted, so it wasn't. And when he got to playing the flute with his nose, it immediately went to the screen. All that was on the title screen was the following words: SpongeBob cry. Only there wasn't any jaunty music like there usually was. It lasted about 2.5 seconds. It didn't show who the writers and directors were. I just assumed that whoever put it online had edited it for time or something. What? The episode started out inside SpongeBob's house. It showed SpongeBob sitting in the red chair. The strange thing was, all the furniture was gone. SpongeBob was crying very hard. But it didn't sound like it was SpongeBob. How SpongeBob... It doesn't sound like it does when SpongeBob normally cries. It sounded like a real human cry. There we go. But it was still different. It sounded real and intense. SpongeBob was absolutely bawling. Yeah, he had so much money. He was he was ripping chunks out of the chair. What? Then the camera zoomed really close in upon his face, but it was the kind of zoom as if it was being videotaped by a real person. Then the camera zoomed out to show a rotting corpse of Gary laying on the floor in front of him. It was very disgusting. Gary was absolutely mauled. His eyes were laying on the floor. His shell was cracked to reveal a very gross image of the inside of Gary, which looked a whole lot more like what would have really happened in the episode where Gary loses his shell. The camera was moving around like crazy. SpongeBob got out of his chair and ran, hiding like he's Anne. Ran straight forward. Then the episode stops moving for about 1 second. Then it goes to black for 2 seconds. Then it comes back with SpongeBob's face pressed against the camera with his mouth exploded open and eyes black and a deafeningly loud scream. I jolt up and tense swap. I jolt up and turn my volume down. And then the camera starts moving around like it was at an earthquake, and you can't even tell what is going on. It worse than anything I've ever seen. The clip then goes to black for 1 minute and 38 seconds. It comes back inside the Krusty Krab. It was dead, literally death. What? It was silent. All of a sudden, the same face that was pressed against the camera appeared. You could have just said SpongeBob, but this time the scream was literally deafeningly loud. Okay, so you're deaf. Okay. So, what? But it only lasted about a fourth of a second. Then, for the rest of the episode, it goes back to SpongeBob crying in his chair. After every 10 seconds, SpongeBob gets a little bit more decayed, and the sounds gets a little more distorted. By then, all there is static, screaming. Then you can see SpongeBob running again in the background of the static. But, so he's running in the background of the sound that you heard? Because you just said that there was no static on, the TV, so I don't know what you're talking about. But the last 4 seconds, there is text on the screen that reads, "On time, the action will be badly. 1 time action will be badly." Exactly that, as if it was written by a 5-year-old, like the story. And the clip finished, my computer turned off by an unknown force. After seeing this video, I've never been the same. I've been more sad and more uncomfortable than ever before. It has haunted my mind all the time. I regret downloading the video in the first place. I wish I could just go back in time. I'm glad you for What did I just read? Please help. I know that I stuttered and I couldn't speak through most of it because I kept on messing up. But please, can you tell me what just happened? Because I'm going to try to sum it up just so I can, comprehend it in my brain. So, this guy finds a notepad on his System 32, and then he opens it, and it's a link to this SpongeBob video that's, haunted, and it, destroys his computer or something. So he hops up on his Mac, even though his Macs don't have System 32. And then he watches the video. He gets scared because SpongeBob is ripping chunks out of the chair and he's getting distorted. And then he becomes angry and he wants to go back in time, and then I guess the notepad killed our main character. I'm so confused. Please help me. Please help. Okay, so on the show, I want to help authors. So I want to tell the author how to fix the story. And from a storytelling standpoint, because you have a lot of grammar to fix. From a storytelling standpoint, you need to diversify the way that you say things, because you use the same sort of like pattern to your sentence like twice, I noticed. And not only that, like I guess I wasn't storytelling, that was more like grammar, but like storytelling wise, I feel like the way that you could have made this better is probably, actually I don't even know how to fix this story. Maybe like I feel like it would be better if, like, I know that Squidward Suicide was kind of dumb for this, but maybe like having this person like sort of like be related to people that work in Nintendo. Wow, I said Nintendo. I'm so dumb. Nickelodeon, and maybe like make it sort of like a Squidward Suicide situation, but Squidward Suicide sucks, so maybe just make it a little bit better. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe make it like more of like a mystery. I feel like I'm gonna regret that because I've heard things about the sequel to this story, which I will be reading at some point, maybe in like a later season. But yeah, I just don't. What I propose is like the only way that I can kind of like. That's the only way that I think you can like salvage the story. So yeah, keep writing though. The story doesn't have like a lot of good things about it, but I feel like you can become good if you just keep on trying. So do that. So overall, what do I give the story? Honestly, it's probably like a 2 out of 10. It's just not really that good, and I just didn't enjoy it that much. It's just kind of bad. I'm sorry. But check out my Discord, link in the description, and reach out on Discord or YouTube comments to join our channel, promoting a future video for free. And yeah.